Welcome to another episode of Multifamily Collective. Today, before I get started, I want to highlight a podcast in the Multifamily Media Network, and that is Thriving in Multifamily, a visionary podcast from Lissi Daniels. It is an absolutely phenomenal podcast. We dropped her first episode last week, so I'd really encourage you to go over to Spotify and download her first episode. The podcast name is Thriving in Multifamily. Today, I wanted to talk about heart, body, mind, and soul. So many years ago, I became a fan of Stephen Covey. He wrote several fantastic books, one of which was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You've probably heard of that. I also wrote The 8th Habit. I also wrote another book, which the title is escaping me at the moment. But in the 7 Habits, or in the 8th Habit, he talked about heart, body, mind, and soul, and how it really is incumbent upon leaders in any organization, not just multifamily, but organizations across industry, across this country, across the world. And that is really the idea and the philosophy that employers, organizations really need to focus on: heart, body, mind, and soul. So when you're thinking about the way you organize your organization, the structures you put in place, the routines you put in place, all of the systems that you put in place, think about how you feed the hearts, the passions of individuals. So there are things in your organization that you need to put in place to produce outcomes, but how can you touch a human in a heartfelt way so that when they invest their time with you, they go home at night feeling fed, and then putting that good feeling into their home, into their family life or their community life. And then in the body, how do you help encourage individuals to live very healthy lifestyles, whether it be getting good sleep, good nutrition, exercise, all of those things that really feed your body on a physical basis? How can an organization assist in that? Through MP programs, through field days where you expose people to different aspects of taking care of body. It is incumbent upon organizations to do as much. The third is the mind, and how do you create intellectually stimulating work that not only feeds your organization, again, creates the outcomes in the organization, the necessary outcomes to keep the organization alive, to sustain the organization, but how do you feed the minds of individuals through that work in some creative way as it relates to their personal life or a life in the community where they want to make contributions? So we talked about heart, we talked about body, we talked about mind, and soul. This can be defined many different ways. For me, it is subscribing to the Christian faith, but others, other faiths in the ecosystem, so to speak, need to be supported and nurtured as well. So providing a space where people can get in touch with the spiritual side through meditation, through prayer, things of that nature, things that are certainly appropriate in the organization. I'm certainly mindful of the fact that that is a interesting area of opportunity as it relates to running a business or an organization, but I think there is room for all of that. And to the extent an organization can support those efforts, whether it be giving a person time off or helping them think about structures like mindfulness, like prayer, like other things that feed that spiritual nature in a human, we need to do that as organizations. So there it is: heart, body, mind, soul. Feed those 4 aspects of a human; those make up the human. And my imagination tells me that your organization will really prosper in the year 2024. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.